Hello and a very warm welcome as we approach the Nürburgring German Grand Prix this weekend. Mick Schumacher, heavily linked with an Alfa Romeo seat. Now, as I record this, Mick Schumacher is leading the championship in F2. He's been very consistent, had a great win at Monza, and he's been very consistent, really consistent performance. He's in a title fight with Callum Ilott. Now, Mick Schumacher will be in practice one this weekend at Germany, his home race, and he will be in practice one driving the Alfa Romeo. Callum Ilott will drive the Haas, and Robert Schwartzman will do a test at Abu Dhabi. And really the title fight for the F2 title is between Callum Ilott and Mick Schumacher. Now, obviously, the most successful driver in Formula One history, Michael Schumacher. And what a story it would be if Mick Schumacher could get on the grid. Pretty much a bit like Charles Leclerc, that's the route he's going down. Win the Formula 2 championship, go to Alfa Romeo, have a season there alongside Kimi Raikkonen, learn from a world champion, good knowledge, and then maybe get the promotion to Ferrari. Because that is the dream, innit? To get a Schumacher name back in the Ferrari car would be spectacular. Obviously, he drove his father's winning car at Mugello, also drove it at Hockenheim, and I actually thought he was overrated. His first season in F2 wasn't that promising. I mean, he got a win at Hungary, but I thought he was a bit overrated purely because of his surname. But this year, he's actually proved that he has got the talent as well. And he's not just got the surname. First year, I wasn't that impressed. This year, he's been very, very consistent. Obviously, I want Callum Ilott to win the championship because he's British. And it would be good to see another Brit on the grid. But Schumacher, practice one, will drive the Alfa Romeo. Callum Ilott will drive the Haas. These two are going for the F2 title. And it would be a great story if Mick Schumacher could get on the F1 grid and push to get that Ferrari seat. Especially after what's happened to his father. And hopefully he keeps fighting Michael Schumacher. I was never a massive fan of Michael Schumacher, but you don't wish that on anyone. And he would be proud with what Mick's doing. And it's gonna be a very interesting fight between Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott to see who wins that title. And the final race is at Bahrain, round that different layout circuit they're doing. So very interesting. I fully believe Mick Schumacher will be on the grid next year because to get an F1 seat, he has to finish in the top 3 of the championship in F2, and he's going to do that. There's a high chance he could actually win the F2 championship. And I always say, if you win the Formula 2 title, you should be guaranteed an F1 seat. Otherwise, what's the point of lower formulas? Look at last year, Nick de Vries won the F2 championship, and he was rewarded with a Formula E seat. And he didn't even get to F1, which is not right in my opinion. If you win the Formula 2 championship, you should be on the F1 grid. Otherwise, what's the point of the junior categories if you don't promote the next generation of talent? And obviously, we've seen a lot come through. Albon, Russell, Norris, and now they're shining. Charles Leclerc. But yeah, I fully believe Mick Schumacher will be on the grid 2021 on the F1 grid, Alfa Romeo, and I believe Kimi Raikkonen. I think my prediction would be Kimi Raikkonen and Mick Schumacher will be in the Alfa Romeo. I think that's my prediction because you've got the experienced campaigner, world champion in Kimi Raikkonen. Then you've got Schumacher coming in his first season. It would be a good lineup, that good strong lineup. But I think Mick Schumacher is proving himself this season. I wasn't that overly impressed in his first season, but yeah, it's looking very strong that he's going to be on the grid in 2021 in that Alfa. Who will be his teammate, we won't know, but comment down below your thoughts on Mick Schumacher. And the dream is that Schumacher gets in the Ferrari, and who knows, maybe win a title in the Ferrari like his father. But yeah, going to be interesting because Callum Ilott and Mick Schumacher get their first taste in a practice session, like a full weekend. So they are literally going to be doing an hour and a half practice round Nürburgring. So going to be very interesting to see how they do, see how they match up against the experienced drivers in F1. I can't wait for the weekend. Comment down below your thoughts on Mick Schumacher.